Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and since it's Women's History Month, I'm here today to talk to you about Catwoman Hunted. So this movie came out in 2022, and it's part of DC animation movies, but it is not part of the Tomorrowverse. I really can't even get into the Tomorrowverse. I don't know what the world they're doing with that. They're barely putting out any movies. They got some that they're still making now, but they all seem to be original movies, which I just can't get into because I want to see more of the classic stuff and I want a different animation style. However, when it comes to this movie, the person who wrote it, Greg Weisman, he said that this is adjacent to that of Young Justice, to where it doesn't take directly into that universe, but certain aspects do. I don't see it. Then again, tell you the truth, I stopped watching around season 3. I couldn't get into it. I tried to get into season 4, couldn't get into that. So maybe it does, maybe it don't, but I don't see it. Plus, the animation style is so different. Now, the animation style in this is very, very, very influenced by that of anime. It has a very anime-ish type style to it and stuff. And so, like, tell you the truth, I kind of like this movie. It's nice. It's really fun. I'm glad they decided to branch out from the Trinity and Justice League and Batman, and they decided to go with a villain this time. But however, she's more like an anti-hero. And so, like, okay, I'm back. So yeah, she's more of an anti-hero in this and stuff. And it's nice that they have a new central lead to, like, spin their movies off on, because kind of like, Catwoman used to be the main, like, female, like, villain slash anti-hero slash hero before Harley Quinn took popularity and everything. But it took a good while for Harley Quinn to be the center of attention. Like, she started off in the 90s being created in Batman the Animated Series, and so she just pretty much lingered around and bopped around from different animations and comics and stuff like that. But it wasn't until the live action movie, the Suicide Squad movie, where she gained extreme popularity and everything. Where with the outfit she wore and Margot Robbie and stuff. And so, like, now um she's just everywhere and we can't get enough of her. She has her own animated series. She had that terrible Batman movie she was in, and she's been popping up in, like, live action animation more so, and to the point where people are kind of getting tired of Harley, to tell you the truth, because not every adaptation, like, does her justice. But it's funny how she took over that of Selena Kyle, because Selena Kyle used to be like the main one, But, like, this movie really, like, it really shows, like, who Catwoman is. She's fun, she's, like, cheerful, she's sarcastic, she's, like, sexual, she's sensual. She's, like, she's well versed in, like, fighting skills and, like, acrobatics and stuff. And she proves why many people call her Batman's equal and stuff, and why he had a hard time, like, chasing after her, and why he's always pursuing her and everything. And so, like, this really shows why that is. Now, I know some people are gonna say, oh, this is woke and everything. This is hot woke garbage. How dare they make, like, a movie centered around a female and everything. Well, this is pretty much female based. There's Batwoman's in this, Julia Pennyworth's in this, and of course Catwoman herself, as long as other villains. The villains make up both male and female and stuff. But people need to get over that crap with the whole woke stuff, man, because it's like, she's been around in comics forever. People love her. And it's just like, I don't know what the world has gotten into people's mind over the past couple of years and stuff. Well, they only want to see, like, men do stuff. And straight white men at that. And I just don't understand it. It's like, is that what y'all in love with? You know what I'm saying? And stuff. But anyways, so this movie is pretty like, it's pretty straightforward. Like, it has a pretty like central plot. It doesn't get too convoluted until towards the end of the movie. See, the movie's an hour and 18 minutes long. And to tell you the truth, like there's an extra 20 minutes tacked onto the movie what could have just been left out, because when the movie ends while all the bosses get defeated, it should have ended just then and there, but it didn't. It wanted some more action and some more drama and stuff, and that's when it started to get a little repetitive and kind of like, ugh, I started falling asleep and everything once it got around to that part, because it was really pointless to add those like extra, like 20 minutes to like the end of the movie and stuff. They should just like ended it right then and there. Now there are times where it kind of gets on my nerve because she's a little too powerful and everything. Like at first she's like holding her own against what's her name, Treasure and stuff, but then Treasure ends up whooping on her and stuff. But then when it comes to all the mob bosses and like the martial artists and the League of Assassins and all this other crap, it's like there is no way in the world Catwoman is gonna be able to hold her own against all of them. You know what I'm saying? But then she does. Like, I get it. She's supposed to be on pair with Batman, but she's not supposed to be as good as Batman. So that part kind of irritated me a little bit and stuff. But other than that, like the movie's pretty fun. It's like a little like, she does what she always does. She steals and then she gets in trouble and then she has to like clear her name and stuff like that, And the voice cast is a bit hit or miss. The parts where it misses, like those people I actually like, but I don't like them in this role. But other people who I've never really even heard of, I really like them. And some people I have heard of, I like them too. But it's weird because like it's so odd because like I like these stars, but I just don't like them for this role. Like I don't like say Keith Davis, right? He voices I forgot this villain's name, the big guy, something Whale, I think. And I love this dude's voice. I've been loving it ever since he was Goliath on Gargoyles and stuff. And he's played so many great characters. But he just doesn't fit that role. His voice just doesn't fit it, Now, the dude who does Black Mask, he's great in this role. The actress who plays Catwoman, she's great. But the one actress from Brooklyn 999, no, 911 or 999, where is it? Brooklyn something. She's Batwoman in this. And I like her as an actress, but I don't like her Batwoman voice. Now, the actress who does Julia Pennyworth, she's Maggie from The Walking Dead. And we finally get to hear her British sounding voice, which is kind of weird because she's technically American. I'm trying to remember her ethnicity. I think she was born in America, but she was raised in England. So she has a British sounding accent for some reason, because, she adopted it when she went over to Britain. Because, of course, if you don't, they will make fun of you over there. I remember I had a friend in college who's American. Her sister's American, and her sister went to go live over there. And she literally said, if you don't like pick up a British accent, they will literally make fun of you over there and stuff. And so I finally got to hear her real voice, which is so jarring because I'm used to hearing her fake American voice and everything. Now, I'm not really used to hearing her British voice. Now, one main huge problem I have with this movie is a problem I've had ever since I saw the trailer and stuff. And that is race representation. See, ever since I saw the trailer for this movie, I've noticed something. Catwoman's black in this. Now, in the most recent depictions of Catwoman lately, in the past couple of years, she's been black because, she was black in Frank Miller's Batman Year One and also on the Adam West Batman show by Eartha Kitt. So every now and then they'll switch it up. Sometimes she'll be white, sometimes she'll be black. But she's been black for the most part because, they're trying to be more diverse in TV and movies and stuff, which is great, But if you're going to be diverse even if it's a cartoon character, at least have a black person voice that black character, you know? And they did it twice in this freaking movie. Now, in the Harley Quinn HBO Max series, Catwoman is black in that, and they have a black woman voicing her. But here, which doesn't make no sense whatsoever, is they have both the black version of Catwoman and the black version of Julia Pennyworth. Now, in the comics, if you don't know, originally she started off as white, but then she only appeared for like 1 or 2 comics as a white person. Then, decades later, they decided to bring her back, but retool her and everything and turn her into a black woman. Now, she was white in the Batwoman television series, but she really doesn't pop up anywhere else. And so she popped up in this movie, and she's the black version, right? But they have 2 white actresses to voice 2 of their black characters. And I'm just like, why is that? It don't make no sense. Did they run out of black actresses and everything? And it just kind of infuriates me. I hold nothing really against the actresses, you know, but they should have known better, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the times we're in now. And don't get me wrong, like I said before, Elizabeth Gillis, who plays Catwoman, my God, she does an amazing job. Like, she is phenomenal as Catwoman. And, you know, I would love for her to voice Catwoman again in like another project, or even play her in live action. She was just that good. And what's even more impressive is that she's a former Nickelodeon star, you know? So she really came up because she was in Dallas and all that other stuff. But it's just kind of like, you know, because she's half white, half Italian from her grandparents' side. And it's just kind of like, you know, if you're gonna have a black character on TV, let it be voiced by that of a black actress and everything. And, you know, because it's really insulting. And they did the same thing to Julia Pennyworth, from the actress who plays Maggie from The Walking Dead. She's black in this as well. And once again, she's a white actress voicing a black character. Makes no sense. Another thing that's kind of annoying and everything in race representation is the actress who plays Batwoman in this. Now, Batwoman is white and everything, right? She's not the Ryan Wilder from like the Batwoman series. That was just a made-up character. This is the Kate Kane version, and in this, she's played by like, you know, a Hispanic woman, and I'm just kind of like, why? That don't make no sense. Like, it's kind of like I want representation no matter who it is, you know what I'm saying? I want people of that race to voice their own characters, you know? So I don't understand why they went in that direction when it came to like those 3 characters and stuff. Like, it made absolutely no sense, like, whatsoever. And it's not like they ran out of like actresses of that certain race, you know, so that just like bugs me on like, you know, an ethnic type level. So this movie is actually really cool, and I'm surprised more people don't talk about it, you know, because I remember when this came out, I'm all like, well, is it any good? Like, should I buy it? Because I didn't have HBO Max at that time, so I couldn't like tell if it was any good or not. And I don't like buying movies before I see them no more. I've done that in the past. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it wasn't, you know. And so like not that many people was actually talking about it, but only a few people, and they really seemed to like it. But it was only like a few people from reviewers I've never even heard of before, you know. And so this kind of like just escaped a lot of people's radar because a lot of people didn't even know this movie was out. But the action is like phenomenal in this. The animation is great. The humor is good. Like Catwoman, like there's a reason why Catwoman is the way she is, man. She can seduce like anybody. But it's kind of messed up how she seduced Batwoman, being that a Batman's cousin. But she did it just to like get her cell phone out. But Batwoman fell for it and was about to kiss her until Celine's like, oh, nope, I'm gonna take a bath all by myself. And just leaves her hanging and everything. And it's just kind of like, dude, that's your cousin's like ex and everything. Like, why would you even do that? And so like, but it's funny how she tricked her into just getting her cell phone and everything, just to call for some backup and stuff. And so like, you know, But the bath scene is a little too sensual. Like, this is the one thing that's getting on my nerves with animation. I don't need to see that, you know. I don't need to see, like, half naked cartoon women having sexy time in like the tub, you know, and stuff. And so, like, so the movie is about Catwoman's in like another country. She steals some type of cat's eye emerald type thing. And so when she steals it, it attracts that of like the mob bosses that like wanted Black Mask is there. Talia al Ghul is there. Some dude who works for Intergang. A bunch of other people I've never seen or even heard from. And it's kind of weird because it's kind of like, there's a couple of characters in here like you kind of recognize and you kind of don't. Like Tobias Whale, he's in this, but I don't really recognize him that much. I think he might be the dude from Black Lightning and stuff, because he has a very similar animation to him. And so, like, the mob people now they're after her because she's stolen and stuff. But then they get it back. And so after that, we see Julia Pennyworth and Faraday along with Batwoman, and they want to recruit her. They work for Interpol and stuff. And so they tell her straight up, we're using you as bait so we can get the jewel back and all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. So not wanting to be bait and figure she's going to need some type of backup support and everything, that's when she seduces Batwoman. And then she steals like her cell phone. She calls Harley and everything. We don't see Harley, but she's on the phone with him. They always got to cram Harley into everything. Now, DC is getting a little too dependent on Harley, just like they're too dependent on Batman and stuff. And so, like, when they go to steal it back and everything, this is when all the crazy stuff happens, and the gang boss members and the mob and stuff, they hire an assassin. So they hire Treasure and everything. And so, they fight and everything. She gets her butt whooped. But then as soon as she's about to die, Batwoman comes in to save her, and they're all like, "Oh, you really do like me?" She's like, "No, it's just like, I want to finish this mission and everything." But like, but then like, so they fight, but then Treasure has like backup of her own, and I don't know who this person is. She's a vampire woman with wings and everything, some kind of like demon. I think she says her name is Vampiro or something like that. I have no idea. I've never heard of her before. So they all fight, and I was kind of wondering, well, how exactly are they gonna whoop on the demon and Treasure and stuff, And so Catwoman ends up stealing Treasure's sword, which is like very, very anime based. Like, one of those huge, gigantic blade swords. I don't understand that in anime. Why do they have those giant swords, giant blades and stuff? So anyway, they're able to like defeat them pretty quickly and stuff. Well, not quickly, but where it makes sense because they're so much powerful than those two. So what they do is that when both the bats are fighting on a window, Treasure pushes Catwoman into both of them and they smash through the window. So then they're all dangling, hanging from each other's feet. And the person on top is the vampire lady, and they're all too heavy for her, so they all come crashing down. And that's how Treasure gets taken out. And so does the vampire lady. But then all the mob people, they start like, wanting to kill Catwoman, so they start calling on like, their people. And so you have Black Mask and his regular human people, but then you have like the dude from like Intergang uses apocalypse like technology to like have these mech suits and everything, and his people and that. And then you have this other person who's using these two giant like demons that she can control. And then you have this one Asian mob boss dude who has these chemicals and stuff, and he's able to create some kind of weird monsters and stuff by mixing the chemicals. I have no idea who he is. And then there's some Asian dude with swords and stuff like that. And so Batwoman is able to take out the two giant demons because she just she covers up the mouth of like the lady who's controlling them, and she lies to the demon. She's all like, "Oh, she wants y'all to go home and go to sleep," and everything like that. So at least she was able to use her brain to like get out of that situation. But when it comes to Catwoman and the Asian dude with the samurai sword, he's a trained ninja. And he's all like, I've been trained by Lady Shiva and everything. She's like, oh, guess what? So have I. He's like, ah, crap. And then she's able to take him on. And I'm just kind of like, that making her a little too powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I get it. Lady Shiva's like a female villain, so she probably trains other female villains, but I don't know, that was a bit of a stretch. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, after they're all defeated, Interpol comes in and arrests everybody, and they get the jewel back. And so, they tell Catwoman, your debt is cleared, no more warrants after you. But there's a problem. Cheetah, the one who hired all these people to do stuff, Minerva, she wants revenge, and she wants revenge on that of Catwoman for foiling everything. So, about like a couple of months later or whatever, her and Batwoman are hanging out, and all of a sudden, all these like League of Assassins, because they're also working with Talia al Ghul, and so next thing you know, they all have to fight the trained League of Assassin people, and I'm just like, no. Maybe Batwoman, because Batman's probably trained her a little bit, but even she shouldn't be able to whoop on all of them and everything, and then especially Catwoman, but somehow she's able to. So this is when it started to get to a little bit of a stretch and everything, and this is when the movie should have ended. Like, it should have ended with the mob bosses getting captured and everything, but no, they had to like put on this extra like 20 minutes and stuff. Like, I'm not even joking. These last 20 minutes, geez, they should have just ended the movie. Like, seriously, if you ever had the DVD or watch this on HBO Max, once all the mob bosses are like taken down, just turn it off. Like, don't even bother watching the rest. It's just so unbelievable and everything. So like I told you before, her and Batwoman fight off the entire League of Assassins. They start counting down how many they take down, and each got about 20 something, but I think Batwoman had more, and it's just like they're the League of freaking Assassins. So then they realize that Barbara Minerva is the one who was like, somewhat behind some of this and everything, and she was the one with the pointy ears, like throughout the entire movie and stuff, but she wasn't in her true cat form, not until, and so like she sends Solomon Grundy after them. And I'm just like, Solomon Grundy, like what the world? Like, why is he in this movie? And so all he does is say his little nursery rhyme chant thing, and he takes out Batwoman for like nearly the entire movie till the very, 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 very end and everything. So that shows you how strong he is, right? But Catwoman is able to fight him off a little and outevade him. So he chases her around and everything. And she's able to outsmart him and blow him up with dynamite sticks. And I'm just kind of like, this is Solomon freaking Grundy. Yeah, he's stupid and everything, but he's a giant muscular zombie. He looks like the Hulk. He's as strong as the Hulk. She shouldn't have been able to take him down that easily and everything. Now, he's one of those type of people that even Batman has a hard time with, and that the Justice League have to take down, but she was able to take him down with ease just by like outsmarting him and stuff. And so she blows off his arm and his head and everything. Now, he's still alive because, of course, he's a zombie, but it's going to take him a while to, like, do his zombie thing. But he's out now, right? And then in comes Barbara and everything. And so Selena Cat's there, it bites Barbara. And then all of a sudden, she transforms into a cheetah. And she's a lot taller now than Catwoman and a lot bigger and stuff. And so she tells her, even Wonder Woman was surprised that I could do this and everything. And so, like, then they added this stupid scene where Selena's cat is literally licking itself between the legs, like cleaning itself. I'm just like, why do I need to see that for? Seriously, that does not need to be in here. So then Barbara, or Cheetah I should say, is just whooping the snot out of Catwoman. Like, Catwoman cannot hold her own against Cheetah whatsoever, to the point where Cheetah slices open her side very huge and blood is just pouring, like, and she can barely move. Like, she has to limp her way out of there as she's being chased now. And I'm just kind of like, really? Cheetah is like the uber like strong person this entire movie, and all these monsters, demons, and assassins and ninjas couldn't even do the job, but Cheetah could. Why? Because Wonder Woman 84 wasn't that great. And so it's literally a scary pursuit. Like you really feel for Catwoman and stuff. Like you really know she's gonna get it if Cheetah gets to her and everything. And it's very like bone chilling and everything. But her, she was able to like outdo Grundy and everything. So like yeah. So but what's her name takes her out, even Cheetah takes herself out by mistake by causing an explosion that knocks her off her feet a little bit and made her a little bit dizzy and stuff, but she still is able to pursue Catwoman. Then the dumbest thing ever happened. So Cheetah charges at Catwoman, right? But Catwoman does a flip over her head while holding on to two cables. She wraps the cable around Cheetah's neck as she's doing the flip. And then as she's coming to, she's pulling on the cord as strong as she can, choking out Cheetah to where she is literally passed out and everything because she's choking the crap out of her. Then all of a sudden a lightning, and then I think like not a lightning bolt, but like it hits some like electrical wires, and then Cheetah basically gets zapped. And then so like after that happens, she falls literally to her death, impaling herself on like these metal rods, and they go through all throughout her body, and boom, she's out. And that's how Catwoman defeated her. I'm just kind of like, what? But then Catwoman was slipping, and then Batwoman saves her, who has now finally woken up from getting her butt whooped from Solomon Grundy and everything. So then you think they're all dead, but no. Cheetah is alive, and so is Grundy. So Interpol has to come and put like a one of those mutant like metahuman like collars on them and stuff to like weaken them and stuff. And I'm like, how in the world did Cheetah survive that? How? She's literally dead. Like the thing went through her heart, through her stomach, through her like her everything. Like she's dead, but she's not. And then to add insult to injury, they all like, I can't believe Cheetah was behind all this, and one of Catwoman's all like, do you really think she was behind all this? There's a bigger picture behind all this. And he and Faraday, because they had to make the man stupid in the movie, and he like, who, Harley Quinn? And he was serious, or maybe he was joking, but seriously, it's like they went out their way to make him look stupid. I get they want to make a female empowerment movie, but they don't have to make the men stupid and all this, or have the men get their butts whooped so easily and everything. Turns out who's behind this was Talia al Ghul the entire time. And so she gets away and everything. And so it turns out that Catwoman tells them that, Cheetah was trafficking humans and everything. And one of them was like a little girl. And cause they told her it was a good thing you stole that emerald thing, luck and everything, but that's not why she stole it. She stole it to get more information, and she stole it to get like some money for all the little girls that been human trafficked and stuff like that. Cause she wants them to have a better life. So that's why she stole this like emerald eye thing and stuff. As she's telling somebody like on the phone, and I forget something else. Talia said something like something else is supposed to come, but I don't know what. And then it turns out that Catwoman actually stole something, the Emerald Eye, when they had it in like custody and everything. And I'm just kind of like, these last 20 freaking minutes, man, it's just unbelievable bad. Like seriously, once you get to like the last couple of 20 minutes, just turn it off. Don't watch the rest, because it's a little too unbelievable and everything. But yeah, like I said before, it's a good movie until the last 20 minutes. And representation is all like over the place, where it's mishandled greatly. How you gonna have two black women voiced by like a white woman, and then a Hispanic lady voices a white woman, and then whatever race Cheetah is, she's now then voiced by a black woman. And it's like the woman who voiced Cheetah, the black lady, why didn't she voice Catwoman or something? She's actually black and everything. So I don't understand what they was really going with the casting, but the cast does do a great job. Like I said before, just some people are miscast because I like the actress who plays Batwoman, but her voice just doesn't sound like it and stuff. And the lady who voices Catwoman did an amazing job. Like, I want her to come back as Catwoman, just not as a black Catwoman. Happy Women's History Month, everybody. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.